Okay. Are we talking?
All right, we are at the July 17th, 2025 Village Council regular meeting, and it is 7:26 p.m., and we will start with roll call. Okay. Councilperson Pinter.
Here.
Councilperson Martin.
Here.
Councilperson Koss.
Present.
Councilperson Grant.
Here.
And Council President Cameron.
Here.
And do we have a motion to excuse Councilperson Passion for the July 17th meeting?
Motion to second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oh,
All right, and now we move to Pledge of Allegiance.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right, next, do we have a motion to approve the June 26, 2025 committee as a whole minutes?
moved. Yeah, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And any abstentions? Next, do we have a motion to approve the June 26, 2025 council meeting minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And any abstentions? All right, do we have a motion to approve the July 10th, 2025 special council meeting minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And any abstentions? And finally, do we have a motion to approve the July 10th, 2025 work session minutes?
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And any abstentions?
I really like how this program
Yeah.
captures our minute.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they are great. I have a random question, and this is so not in the place to do this, but
Great.
So you should.
planning and zoning meeting minutes that we approved, or all of those, we did it as a one lump sum instead of doing each one individually. And we were just curious whether or not, that's not for now, but I'm never gonna remember,
I
so
mean, as long as the content was approved.
the
that's
content
fine.
was approved,
I think
but
I'd love it if they were
individual.
individually needed out, but
Yeah.
as long as they're all approved and posted.
Okay, nope, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, village official reports. We will start with Chief Matt Stout for police.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The only addition I would add to my submitted report is that the two new speed radar signs that we had installed on Maplewood and Minerva Lake Road on the west end of town had some battery issues. They were under warranty. Those took some time to get replaced, but perhaps you've noticed they're up and running again, so they'll be those in place for a while. Other than that, I don't have anything to add.
All right, does anybody have any questions? All right, next we will move to our fiscal officer is excused. He was here last week, did our budget, did all that stuff, met with a couple council people as well last week. So we will get some of that when we get to the committee reports. Next, we have our engineers report. I will go through this kind of quickly, but again, this is in the packet. The maintenance building, they're addressing the final few outstanding building department review comments, which should allow us to get the building permit. We intend to submit revised documents no later than July 21st. They continue to coordinate with the contractor regarding submittals, utility coordination, and early site work. And work should be able to start in the final weeks of July or the first week of August. As of right now, we are working on getting this in a phased plan as far as permits go so we can get this ball rolling. So there's been a lot of conversation back and forth, but I agree. I think we should have all of this stuff in the first set of building permits in the next week. So we're really getting there. The 2025 road improvement project, the agreement has been executed, the notice of award has been executed, and the notice of commencement has been executed. We continue to coordinate with the contractor regarding the start date based on their current workload. We have been coordinating regarding a pre-construction meeting. I do not have a date for that yet, but I assume it will probably be next week. Village staff has forwarded some residential resident comments, questions, and concerns, which they will be discussing with the contractor during the pre-construction meeting. So, we've just had people asking about if they're gonna be able to get in and out of their driveways, if they're gonna be able to do this or that. So, we are working with Mike to, express our concerns with the contractor.
And save that tree if possible.
And then they have began reviewing the contractor's submittals and answering requests and information, and hopefully we were gonna have a notice to proceed here shortly. So, we're good on that. That is Mike's report. I will let you know that we have also received this week, it's later than usual, but they did finally do the analysis report for the 2024 CCTV program. I've not sent this out to everybody yet, but I absolutely can and will. The sanitary sewer, there were 31 pipe segments, 5,842 linear feet. 55% were graded A, 35% were B, and 10% were graded C. We had no D's or F's. They go through all of these as well, but we are starting to get back to places that we've already done once. So as you can see, our work has definitely been wonderful. Storm sewer, this is the best. 67 segments, 7,205 linear feet. 99% were graded A.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
So it goes on. We are talking about, it's mid-July, but there is still enough time to do a round of cleaning and televising for 2025. So I will be working with Jeff to find out whether or not we do have enough money budgeted, if we want to move forward with some of these this year. This is something we could still get done this year. So we will be in discussions with you guys if we get to do another CCTV this year. But as you guys already know, the one project has already been put on the back burner. So I just feel like if we go do the 2025, we're gonna have more being put on the back burner, and now that 250 is gonna go to even more. At some point, we've gotta get what's broken fixed before we start finding out what.
Yeah.
I understand we wanna be proactive, but with these results, I feel like we're not really hurting ourselves.
Right.
So,
Any updates on East Shore Court and that water line issue that he was looking into?
no.
Okay.
I mean, yes, we've talked to them about it. Yes, they are working on it. No updates.
East Shore Court, are you talking about like the Kerwood-ish?
It's the one that the water line has broken like 4 times. The
Right.
water line, I believe, is old. Yeah, it's not East Shore.
It's not East Shore. It's North
North
Bay.
Lakeport.
North Lake.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big
Either way,
one.
yes, I know what you're talking about.
Sorry.
One of the residents was in here asking questions about it several months ago, probably a year ago. It does need repaired, it does need fixed, and I am just still waiting.
I know we said it was gonna be complicated because the plans that they have for those water lines are pretty old. and
Yes. Yes.
messy.
As is the status quo for
Yes.
everything.
Okay.
So, to answer that, we have discussed it in the last meeting that Jeff, myself, and Mike were in, probably in the last 30 days. It is not dropped, it is still on the horizon, but it's just, so is the maintenance garage, the roadway project, and all those. There are also, I'm aware of the 2 low spots and issues on Black Sycamore. If you guys recall, Mike had talked to, I believe, the contractor, and we're gonna have them go look at the one, so now we're gonna have them go look at both of them. Eric and I had just talked about that yesterday. So once those contractors start, it might just be a change order or something, or it may be a totally separate project once they go over and assess, but that is who we're gonna have look at that.
Perfect.
Please, I apologize for bringing this up.
No.
4 or 5 foot sidewalks, do we need to talk about that, or?
We already talked about it last week, it's already in process, so reach out to Mike, once we have an opportunity to discuss it, in more detail, we'll coordinate and we'll report back.
Can you just CC us on an email, just one?
If there's anything to report back to you, in email we will, otherwise it's gonna be a meeting. that we're-
5 is the recommend, 5 is what
5
you
is-
guys had.
yeah.
If everybody wants 5 is
So-
what we're recommending, so we're gonna work towards 5.
And I'll blame myself on some of this because it was 5, and I kind of fought for 4 because of the pricing and because of that's what was in the MI section, and Eric told me why we should do 5, and Mike Flickinger told me why we should do 5 and all of that. So I assumed we were doing 5, and I think we all thought we were doing 5 because I thought I got told as to why we weren't doing 4. So I'm assuming he just kind of went with what I said about 4 because it matched the other one or whatever. I don't know how we ended up back at 4 because I was told every reason is to not do 4.
It got put on the plans.
It is, yeah.
Justin, we'll report back,
Yeah.
once we figure if we think out.
So I will blame myself for 4.
You're the one walking
I know.
everywhere.
But I'm also cheap.
When I get angry, I'm gonna send you an email.
Have you seen the strollers
Angry about
nowadays?
sidewalks.
Yes, I know. That was one of the reasons that they told me you do 5.
Yeah.
And the biggest reason actually
Yeah.
was it's because it's the main artery
I'm trying to
through the
remember.
village. And that did make the most sense when they said it was the main artery through here. This is the road that everybody travels. So again, 5 made total sense to me. I thought it really was 5. So I was taken back when Barb and I found out, again, it was 4. So that's that.
Okay. Next. Jesse?
I have no formal report.
No formal report.
I did take questions.
It's all good.
Are we
Okay,
bringing
sorry.
up the legislation change now, later? Later,
Oh, trees.
yeah,
We're doing new business.
okay.
Perfect. All right, then, Mr. Eric Fisher, Village Planning.
Already talked about the sidewalks, so there's no report on that. The other thing is just we'll discuss the change to the tree cutting. Yeah.
And I told them you talked to Columbus, and they're not cutting.
Oh, right, yes, that is correct. So we had a nice conversation up the chain and found a supervisor who was agreeing that we should be chopping up the road. And so we're going to bore under and that's that.
So are they doing anything to it, or are they?
Yes, so they still have to, I'm still requiring them to put a new 2-inch line. They're going to simply cap off the other line, not use it anymore, because that's a bigger, it was the old fire service, they're gonna cap that off properly, and then they're gonna attach a whole new water service. They can bore that, put that under the road and not tear the road, and they don't tear the old one out, which is
Okay.
what someone told them, and that's what we're.
Where's this? Is this?
That's across.
Where else would it be?
Yeah, they wanted to close Jordan Road, literally like during the 4th of July. And Eric was like, you're not doing it, it's not happening.
Are they gonna fix that fire hydrant? I feel like that's probably important.
Here's-
That's a Columbus, it's been reported to them.
I have been
Are
fighting.
you sure that's a Columbus one?
It is-
It's on Cleveland Avenue.
Okay.
It's in the right of way.
Whether they are the ones that broke it.
Got it.
I probably have 20 emails to Columbus and phone calls of what is going on, you guys broke it, they broke the stem, they acknowledge that they broke the stem, and now it's radio silent.
It's in
Can
their
you,
process.
can you
Yeah.
talk to that same supervisor when they?
Listen, everything out there in that city has its own special little division. The hydrants
Oh, yeah.
have their own special little division.
And it's
So,
probably-
No, I cannot, that's their own.
Oh, yeah.
deal.
Yes, I'm talking to the people that broke it, and it is,
The only reason we have leeway is because that line is in our jurisdiction completely, and they permitted it to be done a certain way, and we have to permit the right of way, and when they came to me and asked for a permit, I said, no, you're not cutting the road. That's where the holdup was, and that's what forced them to talk to us about it. Otherwise, they can just tell us to go jump in our lake,
Yeah.
which is what happens most of the
I
time.
mean, I believe
Retention
that.
pond.
Remember that yeah, it's a retention pond, thank you. Remember that one time I called them because there was a dead skunk in the road for 311? It was in Columbus, and they went and they moved the skunk into our territory.
That's some
That
that's some
happened.
fancy thinking, when the guy's like, I know where I'm taking it, I'll just put it over here.
Yeah, that happened, so. Do
Maybe we're not Huckleberry, the lakes, right?
Eric,
you remember that? No?
Eric, has there been anything in regards to Westerville City Schools or the entry signway for Farview 160?
There is not. I will reach back out to them here, since you reminded me, that, I put the ball in their court, and they have
Sure.
not reached back out after they said they were gonna do an investigation and figure out what's what. I didn't hear back, so I'll try to bug them before the school starts up again.
And then, I already asked this, but do you know anything about the light?
Which,
the light,
the light?
Columbus,
Our light, our extra
Phantom.
Teakwood light.
Oh, no, again, that's in their jurisdiction,
We're
it's in their
never
department, they will eventually tell us when they've issued a permit, and we will know. That's it.
and all they're doing is putting the 4th.
They are putting the fourth, but they're also striping a turn lane.
Okay.
in there.
Oh, that's right, okay,
So-
I forgot about
They're
that,
gonna
okay,
do all that, and that's
Perfect.
that.
perfect. All right, zoning officer, you guys can see his report, if you have any questions, I'm sure he's been busy. That's the one I passed around the last time.
Yeah.
All right, planning and zoning, councilperson Green.
Planning and zoning has not met for the month of July, however, they are scheduled to meet in the month of August, the date, the 20th. So we have nothing really further to report at the moment.
Are they gonna talk about signage at all?
What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about signage as mixed in with the entire kind of redevelopment tax that we wanna do along Cleveland Avenue where it's appropriate. Start that process so they can recommend something up to you guys to take
Can we, yeah, can somebody bring it to them, or I am happy to do that too, but I would like a permanent fix, but I also would like a temporary fix as well. So it's that, I do wanna slap paint on that while we're waiting.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
think
just bring,
our last meeting, they had no interest in talking about the temporary solution.
okay, so I just wanna make sure that,
They do.
okay,
And basically, if they don't want to do anything, you guys can then take it up here.
okay, fine.
So it's the thing, if you're gonna get a recommendation that includes what you're asking for, they wanna take it as a wholesome, like,
Right.
essentially, with everything that's been discussed at council and sent out to them.
My ask is that we have encouraged them to move swiftly on this.
Yeah.
Rather than take their time.
And also, just say that council,
On the redevelopment portion.
yeah,
Right, so
Mostly,
on the
yes.
redevelopment, if I may, real quick on that, so when we say swiftly, it won't be done in 30 days, I can assure you that. I can assure you, I can tell you that reasonably so, you can expect something in a 2 to 3 meetings, so 2 to
That's
3
fine.
months, and that's probably reasonable.
That's fine, I'm getting flashbacks to the code rewrite, and that took a long time.
Well, that's a huge, that's a huge.
I get it, I get it.
This is a smaller bite, unfortunately.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
Was
Anything
there-
else for planning and zoning? Okay. MPCA,
Yes,
Council President
so
Kimmer.
They actually had a meeting that I was able to attend, so, they discussed a few things, Arts in the Park, they talked about the results of that, they still feel pretty good about that event, but they did talk about how to get some more vendors and the increased participation in what that is. Sip and Dip last month, they had 65 paid people, Sip and Dip is this weekend, so if you are interested in, $10 admission and some food and bring you your own beverage that can be alcoholic at the pool, I would encourage you to do that. And it is open for everyone in our community. It is not MPCA only.
adults though,
Yes, it is only adults, 21 and over.
not just everybody.
Yes. And it's a Mediterranean
I know,
theme,
right?
is what I heard. So
You what?
Mediterranean themed food.
Fancy.
So, and it's hosted by Danny
Wolf,
yes.
Perfect.
it is a
and
fun, it is a nice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Nice.
usually does a fantastic job.
it is very nice.
Garden tour, they said they got an average amount of people. They also spoke about some possible changes. They had a meeting this past Sunday. I think, I have not heard the results of that meeting as a whole, so I don't know anything about that. Family Fun Night is scheduled for Saturday, July 26th. I don't remember the start time on that. It is $10 again. It's all inclusive. It gives you admission to the pool. It gives you food, water, and lots of fun and games. They are thinking about changing up the food this year, and they've already gotten their beer permit, and they are gonna get non-alcoholic beer this year. That was a recommendation, from some people.
Good.
They are up to 178 members.
It's from 5 to 9. It was
Oh,
Monday,
thank you,
sorry.
thank you. I could have looked it up too, but.
It's okay.
They did say that the person that was paying for the Mary Yost Garden maintenance may have left a
Endowment.
endowment for the village to maintain that. They are not sure yet. Obviously, that has to go through that whole process of her wishes.
In the US.
But they said it might be there. I know we received an email from Minerva Flora today, or Jeff and I did. And so I think we just need to kind of discuss what that future looks like with Minerva Flora in that space. Obviously, we own it, but it was Mary Yost was an integral part of maintaining that, and her wishes were that we continue that. So I think it is the wishes of the village to do that as well, but obviously we need to consider all the expenses that go along with it and how we maintain it. So, Minerva Flora has some classes coming up. How to compost is this Sunday, I believe. It's on the 20th. There's a garden tour at Guy Denny's Native Gardens, and then there's a class on seed harvesting and seed harvesting. I'm typing. Seed harvesting and savings, and that's on September 27th. And that's all I have for MPCA.
Awesome. All right. Any questions? Up to this point? All right, next we will move to finance. Councilperson Pinter.
So two things going on. We had a finance committee meeting on July 2nd. We sat, Tommy and I, and it was a public meeting. The transcript is out online. It was really good. We talked about many things. One thing that stood out was the Minerva Lake Road project and just kind of how that gets budgeted out and fun jazz. So that was really good. Jeff did a great job at answering all our questions. Feel free to reach out for any comments or questions on that. The second thing is we did get our monthly packet or monthly report from Jeff. In that report, just high level revenue, RETA tax, we're right at that. 6 months in, we should be at 50%, we're at 51. So stuff like that, really good. Membership, the pool membership's almost right at budget at 60,000 this year, which is good. Daily admissions is, I guess, halfway through the pool season is a little bit low, but that's probably explainable by the first 3 weeks of the summer being pretty cold and stuff. So hopefully that gets back up, but we're right on track with that. And that's all from a high level perspective for finance.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions? All right, we've already talked about safety. I don't think we need to talk about it again. So, and Councilperson Passion's not here. Is there anything anybody wants to say?
Maybe just give a quick recap since this is the
Yeah,
actual
let's
council
talk.
meeting.
He just did.
Okay.
I mean, he did in his report. We talked about street signs.
Yep.
I mean, but we're not in any position to move forward on additional flashing street signs yet.
Right.
We're thinking about it.
Yeah, just
Maybe.
looking to see how we can communicate with residents in a different light that is not as far as going door to door, but kind of something still in your face. Like at some point, we're trying to get other options. Okay. Next we have Councilperson Grant, legislation.
Yeah, legislation tonight is a second reading to amend and revise the Minerva Park fee schedule and to declare an emergency. But that's all we have, really.
Okay. That works for me. All right, next is my report. Here's just a couple little things. The singing tree has been removed. We're working with the contractor to make sure that the rest of the tree is healthy and can actually stay. Some of us actually want them to chop it completely down. So we're just working with them to find out if we're just gonna, or if it's good enough to stay. So,
Salvageable.
yeah, so we're working on that. The acoustic panels will be installed somewhere around August 17th through the 22nd. And what that is for is this room. Obviously it echoes. We know that it's very difficult to hear certain people that are much quieter than me online. So we're working on a way to try to get the sound a little bit better. So hopefully that will help. If it does not, then we will look at even more alternatives. So the survey that council has been working on, the invoice has been received and the project is still moving forward. And as of right now, that is for the resident survey that's going to go out to everybody and the employee survey. So we are moving forward on all of that. And I don't have anything else. I think I'm good. So,
Great.
yes. So next.
I'm only going to check the box, so.
Hang on, I gotta
Wait.
make sure that there's no one else here. No, I'm kidding.
All right, and then
Imaginary people.
should we address
There might
this
be people coming
before?
in soon.
Can we address this before, or should we just
JK.
let
All right, Mr.
the tree
Benintendi.
thing? Are we gonna address the tree thing first or no?
2937 Berry Lane Court. I really want to start off with something nice. I hope you give me a minute at the end to say something else nice. You know, so we'll see. I'm going to start off by saying I was so pleasingly surprised this week to see the post on the Facebook page that explained the sidewalk project. You went down and explained, communicated with the residents through the Facebook page, the best way to get through to people, what's going on with the sidewalk project. And for me, that's how I figured out what's going on with that. So whoever's idea that was, I thought so, that's why I looked over there. That is the way it should be done, is what's done with the Facebook page. Now, unfortunately, communication, it still sucks. And tonight is a great example of that. In that the purpose of this meeting is to communicate with the residents, each one of the departments, to communicate what's going on for the month, or the past month, tonight, you all did a great job. Tony, it was like your first time.
Whoa.
And it was a great, you told what's going on, or your second, but the first time you really did a
Yeah.
report.
2 compliments, good.
Okay, but the one thing I did you catch it? We skipped right over the code enforcement officer. Because, you know, the purpose of this meeting is for the code, when it comes to the code enforcement officer, is for him to come and report to council so that he can respond to questions just like the chief does. He gives you a report, and if you got any questions, he's here to answer them. But since the mayor's been in power, she has eliminated that part of the meeting. And this is a great reason what's going on with the trees right now. It's a perfect example of why the code enforcement officer should be here, because we can say, hey, you know what? This is 7 feet. The top of my fingertips, this is 7 feet tall. The code, as you explained, and I also appreciate you getting involved on Facebook and trying to explain the code, and I think you did a great job of doing that, because the code reads that it needs to be 10 feet of clearance. That's 3 feet above my hand, so you can walk under a tree? It makes no sense. Now, what I think we need to do is, the reason I think the village should be responsible is because all the trees, almost all of them, let me get my breath.
I'm gonna pass out,
It's
Tony.
ridiculous that I got to speed read through this, but
Got a lot of
all the
grievances.
trees need to, am I done?
No, keep
No,
going.
keep going, keep going.
It will be.
All of the trees need to be trimmed the first 3 to 5 feet of all those branches. If you get an arborist and have them look at that, they all need to be trimmed from the ground up at least 3 to 5 feet, depending on the height of the tree. If you were to cut them the way Stacy described, you would have to hack down. There's a, no.
I did not
Can I say
describe,
something nice?
no,
Please?
15
Oh, you can
seconds.
always say something nice.
15 seconds.
I don't
go.
want it.
Can I go?
Yes.
Okay, Stacy, I want to say something. I think this is relevant. It's hard for me to stay mad at you because you probably one of the best council people we've had.
Oh,
And I
look at
mean
that, what?
Let me catch my breath.
Are you,
Let me catch my breath because I can't.
Yeah, well, 3 compliments, yeah. You'd have to catch
are
your
you
breath.
okay?
But the reason I
not.
say this is because of all, you know, the council people that have come here and initiated something. Like, for example, Dave McNamara, he wanted to implement this minimal raise of the fees. Okay, that was his big initiative.
Okay, it's too long.
Okay, I'm sorry, but what I want to say to you is that the reason I think you're one of the best is because you brought up the temporary rental issue. And it's an issue that I will agree with you, it needed to be addressed. You did it, you got it done. That's what all of you guys should be doing.
Is this?
Just like Stacy has done. You know, and
like
I think a
Stacy
great
does.
example of, you need to think about it a little bit.
All right,
Because
tell me-
Dave McNamara, let me just finish. Dave McNamara.
Come on.
No good deed
Tony.
doesn't punish well.
I told you I didn't want it, I didn't want it.
How about I give you 3 minutes the next council?
Yeah.
3 minutes, I can do, how about 3 minutes of complaining, 3 minutes of.
No.
We, no, well, we don't.
You cannot max out 3 minutes.
Hey, okay.
Can I say?
Thank you.
Am I allowed? I don't know if I want
Bridges
to.
Park were 3 sizes.
I
Ah,
know,
the bridge.
I feel like do you need to go?
It's growing.
Are you okay?
It's growing.
Should we call
All
the
right,
police?
thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Benedetti.
That's very nice, Tony.
Not just because I'm mad, I'm trying to help.
Okay, but can I say something? If it sounds ridiculous, it probably is. If you think this is a ridiculous request, it probably is. You guys need to give us the benefit of the doubt. If you think that you need to cut down your whole tree and leave a shrub on top, that's probably not right. And instead of being angry about it, you need to call somebody and be like, is this right? And we'll be like, no, that's crazy. Why would we want to do that? This is what I'm frustrated with in general, is you guys never give us the benefit of the doubt. You think we're all sitting here being like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's maim all our trees.
Let's bring this into new business.
Okay, we'll talk about it in new business. But we're not maiming trees.
Okay.
There's no topiaries. No Edward Scissorhands here. Thank you.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
Legislation.
Legislation, no.
I already packed up.
Sorry,
So,
no.
resolution-
Tony, you want to sign my thing?
Resolution 2025-17 is a resolution to amend and revise the Minerva Park fee schedule and to declare an emergency. This is the second reading.
Hey,
I don't have to do anything.
okay, go ahead. Yep.
Okay, second?
What was that?
No,
I would
he-
like
Oh,
a motion
discussion?
to amend.
Okay.
She seconded it.
I'm seconding
Okay,
it.
sorry.
Discussion?
Going back to the tent canopy, rental, I'd like to line item remove that.
Yeah, second that.
As far as the community rental and, deposit, 300.
300 for a fee,
For-
300
Yeah,
for,
300 for renting it and
Uh,
300 as a deposit.
and it is
That we're gonna-
fully refundable
The three, yes,
deposit.
$300 of the deposit is refundable, but 300 to rent the room is not.
Correct.
So a total of 600. 300 of it is reimbursable, provided the room's not trashed. And we have to unfortunately do this because,
I don't know that we
Just,
need an explanation.
we don't need to say that.
Yeah,
okay,
I think we're good.
You can just say, we've had
Yeah.
multiple
The
issues.
the discussion is, it's necessary, unfortunately.
unfortunately, so.
Our wear and
So
tear.
we give us the motion and a second.
Second it, yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
Do I do an all in favor?
Any other discussion first? though?
Any other?
Yeah,
Or
that's
do you
fine.
want to do roll call?
You can do it, you can do all favors.
Okay,
Aye.
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 there you go.
Ta-da!
So we're gonna amend that. We read it the second time.
Yes.
I just did catch something though, that I just wanna make sure everyone is aware of. This is, we plan to declare it an emergency, which means there's no 30 days after we pass it the next time we read it. So, it goes into effect the day after.
So we have
read
2
it.
weeks to notify anybody or, yeah.
Yeah, so, I just caught that, sorry.
I agree.
It's not 44 days, it's 14 days, 15.
15 days, yep.
Yeah,
Okay. All right,
old business?
let's go to old business. Let's start with the pool. Anybody
I mean, I think Jeff has sent out the RFP.
today?
It went out today.
Yep.
Hopefully, at least one of our people that we.
They've already responded. They're working on it.
Perfect.
2 of them have already responded, I should say.
Okay,
I think it went out to about 7 people. We're looking for other places to post it. It's also on our website.
perfect.
So yes, it has gone out today and that's that.
And I think we had a pretty productive work session around that with Jeff, so.
Okay.
I think we all want the best for the pool. We
Okay.
want something that's long-term, for the village and possibly something that we're not using 3 months out of the year for some stuff, so. It will be a phased approach and we'll see what money we can get for it and, we're gonna do the best with what we have, so,
Agreed.
okay.
Anybody else for the pool? Any questions?
Can we talk about maybe opening it earlier next year? That's the
Yeah,
only
I think
thing.
that's a good discussion that we
Yeah.
can start having.
Like, just start thinking about it, and
yeah.
maybe like swim lessons, I think we have enough young kids in the neighborhood that would be popular.
Which
Try to
we
watch
kind
my
of
kids trying
discussed
to
at that
drown.
meeting, right? So I think
Yeah.
we can further.
What are we talking about opening earlier? I was not here on this
10
one.
a.m.
We,
Okay.
yeah, we talked about opening earlier. We don't have anything.
Because the reason we didn't is
I
no
know.
longer a problem.
Right.
Correct.
Like, but that's not to say, I mean, I think part of this discussion was, do we just say, we are doing these things?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're gonna have swim lessons at the pool. Like, there's not, like, it's not staff's action.
No.
It's coming from council saying,
I
you're
think
doing.
that's, yes.
Well, and I think
Um,
I think the question, problem, or concern that you guys do, I understand council's the boss, and Jesse, you can chime in and tell me if I'm out of line here, but you also have to realize that we only have one person that runs it, so you guys are gonna have to get another person, and another person, and another person.
No, that's right.
So, and then you're going, so it's not just saying, you're going to do it, you have to look at the big
I
picture.
think we understand the consequences of
Yeah.
that.
No unfunded mandates.
Right.
Right,
That's,
Right.
you tell them to do something, they don't have any resources.
right,
Funnel the money, done.
yeah, because you're talking
Yeah.
10 hours, now you're talking 80 hours a week for one person.
I guess my question is does that person need to be there for the 2 extra hours in the morning? Or
Well,
can it
somebody
just
has to be there to run it, and I mean, I wouldn't just want,
I think as part of it, we discuss what the staff looks like at the pool, and then how do we fund it all that goes into it, right?
Oh, yeah.
But also, swim teams and stuff like that. If we have a new pool coming and people know that we have a new pool coming, it could be hey, you get in on this now, we could honor whatever rental rate we have moving into the new pool season. But if you don't wanna wait till we have a new pool, tough, you get to pay whatever our new rates are for that.
we're getting to 8 o'clock, so I know you guys already talked about this. My concern is I feel like it's completely dead at noon when I get, maybe not on the weekends, but I feel like when I get there at noon, it's dead. There's like 4 people there.
I think what you're forgetting is I feel like there's 2 crowds. The
Yes.
young kid crowd, which is 10 to 12, and then you go home at 12 to eat and nap. And then the older people who come, or after nap people. So I feel like
I didn't have that. My kids got out of bed at 9 o'clock.
Well, stop bragging.
I think that our newer crowd
And that may be the case.
would appreciate an earlier time.
Yeah.
I think they did even appreciate if it was a no one under 18 time.
Well,
But
and I
I
think
don't
that
know if
all
that's a
of that's,
discussion,
yes,
right?
and I think
Yeah.
that all of that's a discussion, because I will say that I was completely wrong about something that you guys are trying to do. I have thrown a fit for 4 years, trying to get them to stay open that extra 2 weeks, noon to 8, when Westerville goes back to school. And there weren't 10 people there every single day, and we are paying lifeguards, we're paying all of these.
Yeah.
And that, again, is the same thing, but Columbus wasn't in school, the adults weren't in school, but nobody was there because parents are busy getting their kids ready and nobody was there. I mean, it was definitely a waste of village money, and I fought it for years, and we did do it last year, and it was a total bust, and I will take full responsibility for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there, but I was by myself, which was great.
You don't need a lifeguard.
Maintenance building, I think we talked about that, right?
I-
Any other updates for that?
We're getting a maintenance building,
Yeah, okay.
Yay.
Road projects, we've
Maybe
also
that's
kind of talked.
we're getting a roads project.
We're getting a roads project, woohoo, and some sidewalks,
Lakes, I
woohoo.
think
We don't
we've
know
shifted some gear and it's probably a mic stand at this point in time.
I think it's a
We
bridge
could talk about the
project.
fact that the surveyor that's doing the trees around the lake is when?
They came last week for a couple of days, they got rained out, and they were gonna come back Tuesday of this past week, but I don't know if I didn't see them, so I can't verify
Okay.
if they were here.
And then just as an FYI, somebody did mention it, you mentioned it from something. The crack ceiling has been completed as of today. So they were here, they also got rained out, and then they came back and finished, but that was completed.
I think this is old business. Circling back to the signs that we talked about
Yes.
earlier. Things like crack ceiling, we do it every year, or almost every year, right? So having signs.
We have not
available-
done crack ceiling in 5 years.
Oh, wow, okay. Well.
That I'm aware of. It's been
but
longer than that.
Here's a really good one, because I got caught with this one this year. When they come out and survey our water lines and our storm sewers, I did not realize they were doing my neighborhood, and my toilet lid was not down. And I
And
had
that-
to clean up water.
You
And
gotta
seriously,
check,
that is
there's a
something that I will say,
Oh.
after 5 years, I should be warning people of that, because it happens every time, and I forget every time.
So, having some signs that we can move around to different sections just to say, hey, don't forget, put your toilet seats down.
Close your lid,
Close
that's all
your
you
lids.
do, that's it.
I mean,
You realize
again,
how many people don't.
Close your lid.
Again, I think there's even if we go that other route, I still think that there might be a need for something that very eye-catching that says, hey, put your lights
Well,
down.
again, I'm not in disagreement. We talked about the text alerts. You still only have 200 people. We can't get people to sign up for it. Like, it is what it is.
That's what we need to work on.
I just wanted to say, are we at new business now? Old business?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm in an old business, new business. I actually am you can just stand up and take all the credit today.
Oh,
The
where did I
Airbnb
do
thing,
that?
I know I was part of that, but Stacy was
It
definitely
pays
part of
to
this.
be mean.
And the news stories that have come out most recently that both of us were worried about, and I know she was the big push on it. I cannot be any more excited that we've passed the Airbnb with these kids that are renting these and having 100 and 200 people parties. So, short-term rentals, she stayed on it and fought Brian and them and won. And that's one of the things that I think we need to stay extremely vigilant and continually checking the Airbnb sites ourselves. And because I do know that there are people that still advertise the one at the end of our street. Hers is a little different because it's college kids and they're, yeah. So I understand that there are some variations of different short-term rentals and actual Airbnbs. I do check it every once in a while, so I'm asking others to do the same. But I do think it's something that is gonna continue with these kids at least through the summer, and it's pretty scary. So
No fun.
I know our officers have been called to a couple of them, and one was in Westerville. So right down the road.
Alright.
Yeah, and if a house seems too rowdy, see if it's on Airbnb.
Yeah.
No
You're not
fun
saying
cons.
there's one here.
No, there was one up the road, but we passed it to where it's, you know, the officers can go shut it down. I mean, we do not allow short-term rentals like that at all, so
Like I said, I agree, it needed to be addressed.
it did. But she was given a hard time about it, quite a bit of hard time.
Always.
No.
I think we had some new business that we
Yes.
wanted to kind of go
Yes.
through.
Yes, and this is, I like to take credit for this.
Can you want me to
Are
say
you
it?
fishing for
What do you
a
feel
tiny
better?
compliment?
Wait a minute.
I did notice that there was two sets of zoning within, or not zoning, but code within our code, for street trees. One of them being an older one that was passed in 2017, I believe it is, 665.02, which I believe was the thing referenced on some of the what do we call these?
Notices.
Courtesy letters. And then we also have 1278.08, which was passed with the code rewrite.
But that's not new code. So if I may, the 2023 was the entire zoning code that we redid.
Yes.
Okay? So 665 was done, actually, this code dates back to the 1989 change and all that stuff. So we did not specifically address this, nobody during that time frame caught the difference. 665 was brought in sooner because we had to, after I came on board, we had to address a lot of mowing issues, and it was a common piece of legislation that we had utilized in other municipalities to get that under control at the time. So, and if I may, I'm going to give a compliment now to Tony.
Oh,
What the heck
Whoa,
is
whoa, whoa.
going
What?
on?
I'm moving.
I'm new too. I don't
It's
even.
an unbelievable day.
Feels wrong.
Eastern time.
It
Okay,
feels
wait.
wrong.
The camera's on, so can you turn around, face the camera, and I'm just joking. I'm totally joking.
Wait, take a bow.
He is correct on what he addressed to council, as far as how the trees get trimmed and should be trimmed, and I will simply add on, as I have told past councils when we talked about tree trimming, we need to not let the individual residents trim the trees themselves. There are street trees, and they will get damaged and killed in the process of inexperienced people doing them. And so it is one of those serious things, regardless of what height we bring it at. I have no problem with 7 feet, which we have, in the code. I think it's perfectly reasonable. We need to have a professional, just like any other municipality, go around with it. Our staff at some point, people or someone else do it, but it needs to be done by not individual residents. So that's my 2 cents on that, and take it away.
And I'd like to discuss it again during the next work session.
Sure,
I
but-
think that we've learned a few things after this notice went out.
I think
and so-
one person did it wrong.
I don't know, I drive through the.
Well,
I
ultimately,
live
we
over
have,
there.
we have two separate sets of.
That-
So first of all, let's
Yeah,
amend that first.
So we can fix that. Do you want 7 or 10?
Yeah, which one do you want?
Just tell me and I'll prepare
For
legislation.
sidewalks?
My issue with that is my tree, I have a tree that is fine, and then the moment it rains, it drops 4 feet.
How
Well,
many
that's not a
sidewalks?
trim issue, that's just a nature issue. It'll go back up to where it's supposed to be.
Right, but after it rains, like, it'll hit you in the face, is what I'm saying.
Well, I
The
don't.
longer.
Well, then don't.
Just hope the code enforcer is off that day and you'll.
But
No, I
the
don't-
thing is, it's a courtesy thing about people, it's not, the principle of this is you're being courteous to your neighbors, so when they use the sidewalk, they're not getting hit in the face with your
When
tree,
they're
right?
walking with their phone in their hand,
Yeah.
they don't
It will
run
always
into
pay
it.
attention.
Right.
So, I just
That's
need some
my
guidance.
issue.
Yes, please, 7 or 10.
7 or 10.
So,
Fine,
I
Tony
will have
wins.
legislation to repeal it for next time, repeal the,
Well, it's too late for those people that trip the
We'll
street.
just change that to 7.
oh, that's true, we'll change, yes.
Tommy, what code is it? It's 7?
It's 665.
665 is 10,
Okay, so that's, sorry, you're right,
1278.
we're gonna change that one.
1278?
Yes.
We're gonna change the 665 to 7 then. That's what we're gonna
That code is probably original to the village.
No.
The 10 foot.
No.
65 came on board when I came on board, that was 2017.
Okay,
let's
keep
curb
going.
the audience.
Okay,
discussion.
so does anybody else have any new business, old business? Because I think everybody is ready to go.
One last thing.
So go for it.
Grilled Johnny's Food Truck is gonna be here this Friday, and on the 25th of July, Shug's Barbecue will be here.
Ooh, I like that.
Where, oh yeah, that's a question I have, is can they do that, can they park at the pool? What happened to them parking at the pool? They used to park at the pool, I think they would get so much more business if they just parked at the pool on a Friday night when parents are trying to feed their kids.
They get a lot of people driving through here that just stop because they see them.
Okay.
And
I think you're darned if you do, darned if you don't.
I know, because it used to be at the pool and then they
Yeah.
moved, so I didn't know what the, okay.
everyone's kind of been expecting out front, so I kind of,
Yep.
with the exception of like a different than Friday, like a Saturday, then, you know.
Motion to
Motion
adjourn?
to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Meeting adjourned.